Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's Saturday the 15th of June today. I want to say it's official, you know, you do come out of group feeling so much better when you've had a loss, because I noticed this morning how different I felt coming out of group this morning than I did coming out of group the last 2 weeks when I've had a game. So there's a hint to how I've done this week, but I'll talk about it later in the vlog. I was out all day yesterday. I went shopping in the morning with a lovely lady from group. We went to do a bit of retail therapy, and when I got home, Joe and I decided to go for a long walk, and consequently the day flew by. So when I got home finally last night, decided to relax and switch my iPad on to watch a couple of YouTube videos. And I've been watching a lot of a guy called Bald and Bankrupt, who travels a lot in Russia and India. I'm particularly into India at the moment because I'm almost at the end of a 43-hour book called Shantaran, which is about Bombay. So when I saw this video and he's talking about India, I thought, oh, have 5 minutes of this. And watching a couple of other videos, people that I like. There's a lovely midwife who's vlogging called Emma Radcliffe, if you've not seen her. She does very interesting, not to do with dieting or anything like that, but very interesting lifestyle vlogs, charity hauls, and she's also very sparkly and amusing. She's a breath of fresh air to watch. So I sat down watching these, and then a video popped up from Tracy Mouse, and I think it's called Cornwall #1, and she's obviously on holiday, and I thought, oh, I'll watch that. I love Cornwall. And why I'm telling you about this today is because I found this video so inspiring. Although it was about Tracy's holiday, it put me in mind of the journey that we're on when we decide to come to Slimming World. Tracy starts her video leaving home at like 4 o'clock in the morning, saying she's been up an hour. They decided they couldn't sleep. Obviously they're excited because it's something special going on holiday. It's a special journey. And they're towing their caravan and they're driving from about 15 miles north of where we live down to Cornwall, which is a good long, well, it took them 8 hours. And they start the journey and you can feel the excitement and the enthusiasm, and they are going to have a good time because they're just fired up for it. This is Tracy and her husband, Mr. Mouse. Tracy, if you ever watch this, I hope you don't mind me referring to your video. But they're in the car and there's an air of excitement and anticipation, and I think you have that when you start this journey. You've got that, you're motivated, you're fired up, you're out to do it. Anyway, they set off and they have 3 comfort breaks along the way, one of which is at Michael Wood Services, and I recalled the number of times we stopped there on our way to Devon and Cornwall, and it was happy memories. But watching this video and thinking about the journey to a destination, it came across so well in Tracy's video. She's really good at making these vlogs and putting across just how she's feeling and what she's experiencing. Well, they get to the campsite, they set up their caravan and everything. I mean, you can watch this for yourself, you may already have watched it. But then Tracy decides they're going to go for a walk around the campsite. Now, what brought me to tears was when Tracy said, we've been here 5 years running, and I'm shivering saying it, this is the first time I have felt able to walk around the campsite. I'm really shivering. I felt able to walk around the campsite. Tracy's lost well in excess of 7 stone on this journey, and I think from the way she describes herself and things she says, she looks amazing. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I remember those days of not being able to walk around holiday destinations because I was too big, too uncomfortable, it was too much effort. And the whole video just reminded me about how much we are on a journey to a destination. And when we get to that destination, we've got to have changed. We've got to have changed our thinking, our attitude, our habits to actually enjoy the destination. And this video just spoke to me in such a powerful way about it's not just the food, it's our attitude, I believe. And it's not just the journey, it's the destination. And knowing that that destination is not the final finishing place. Like, watching Tracy and Mr. Mouse going around this campsite and talking about the different numbered plots that they've actually set up on before, and talking about where they're speculating they may set up, looking for good sites for the future. They obviously will go back there. And it just spoke to me so much about Tracy's at Target. She's reached a destination on holiday, but she hasn't crossed a finishing line. She's just started the next phase of her journey. There are many more happy holidays ahead of her. There are many more happy, healthy days ahead of her at home. And I think I've realised, you know, it is about losing weight. It is about getting to where you want to be. But then it's about learning to enjoy the being there. I am at a place in my journey now where finally, you know, after 3.5 years at Target, I'm still appreciating the fact that I have reached sort of my destination. It's not the perfect place because it can change on a daily basis. And I just felt so blessed to be able to watch somebody else who's in a similar place and to see the enjoyment, because you don't always see it in yourself. It's nicer to see it when other people are living your dream. It's easier to see it when other people are experiencing what you are trying to kind of hold on to and appreciate. So yeah, thanks for that video, Tracy. It really, I put it in my like saved videos because it's a video I'll watch again when I need inspiration. And it was just so lovely to hear her voice and hear her saying, I can walk around this campsite, first time in 5 years, and realise what losing that massive amount of weight has done for a person's life. I was also mindful because earlier this week on Monday, there's a Slimming World podcast that goes up every Monday morning, 4 o'clock every Monday morning it goes up. And it's a Manchester consultant called Anna Mangan and one of her members who's called Claire. They're both still on their journey, neither of them have quite reached Target yet. But each week they put up a different podcast about their experiences of Slimming World, their experiences, the pitfalls, the encouragement, the sidetracks we go off on. They're very real about the journey. And I was watching it this week and they were talking about like shedding for the wedding or a specific target in mind and working towards a target. And Anna, the consultant, is so realistic because she was kind of saying it's not just about aiming to achieve a specific thing or losing weight for a holiday, losing weight for a wedding or something like that. It's about changing your lifestyle so that after that event you can continue on your journey. And she was saying something that really spoke to me because it was how I feel. Put me under pressure of saying, if I said to myself today, right, okay, I'm going to a wedding in September, I want to lose a half a stone before that wedding, I immediately put unnecessary pressure on myself, and under pressure I don't function well. And I really appreciated hearing a consultant say that that's her experience of this journey, not to put yourself under pressure on a time scale or a timeline, to actually enjoy every day of the journey. Because it's not just about getting there, it's not about sort of getting there as a final goal, it's about getting there in an enjoyable way. So I would say to anybody, I've been listening to these podcasts for months. I think they started at the start of the year. But it's really worth it if you're into podcasts. Slimming World Food for Thought podcasts by Anna Mangan and Claire. Have a listen and see if you can get the same sort of motivation and encouragement from them that I do. Right, yeah. It's been an interesting week. I'm still laying off watching too much YouTube and things like that, focusing on my own journey. Because acknowledging that we don't all do this in the same way has been quite hard for me because I am quite rigid. And I'm like, this is the way you do it. Buy the book. This isn't, blah, blah, blah. I'm a stickler for rules. And I'm actually seeing that, for me, it's not about judging what other people are doing so much as it is just focusing totally on what I'm doing. Because we'll all get there by a different route. Right, is the next one on there my shopping haul?
Yeah.
As I say, I went shopping yesterday morning with a lady from Group, a lovely lady called Linda, and we had a ball. I mean, we kind of hit the shops big style and had a good laugh with some of the shop assistants, enjoyed spending a bit of money that I'd saved up. And I know for anybody who watches my videos regularly, you know I like shopping for clothes. And one of the things I'm going to tell you, we were in Fat Face. We'd been to Zara first and tried on lots of trousers, and I'm never confident about the sizes in Zara. The specific pair of trousers I wanted, they did in a size small, which I tried on, fit perfectly on the waist, miles too big on the bum and the hips and everything. They didn't have the extra small. Now I can remember a time on my journey when I was about 13.5 stone, going into Zara and trying on a pair of trousers in extra large, which I don't know what size that would be for Zara, truthfully, but they didn't fit me. And to think that now I'm needing an extra small, that feels like such an achievement. And one of the things that we were talking about in Group this morning, Naomi played a song, What Have I Done Today to Make Me Feel Proud? And as we went around the group, we had to say what we were proud about. And I was telling a little story about when we were in the changing rooms in Fat Face yesterday. Of course, they're all quite open and you can hear the conversations going on in every cubicle. Well, a young lady, she sounded 20, early 20s maybe, went into the cubicle next to us, and I'm busy trying on trousers. And her boyfriend was waiting outside the curtain for her. And I heard her say, "Oh, James, can you go and get me these trousers in a size 10? And he went and he came back and she put them on and she's like, "Oh wow, James, the size 10 fits me, I'm going to show you." And she comes dancing out the changing room and everything. And in my little heart of hearts, I'm thinking, oh bless her, she's a size 10, that's fantastic. Just as I fastened the pair of trousers I was trying on and thought, so am I. I mean, to me, when I hear other people say I'm a size 10 or something, it still sounds so small. I just can't appreciate that that's me. Because I can't see myself in a mirror, I don't think I have any idea at all about how small I am. And I was just saying in Group this morning, I am proud, and it sounds conceited in some ways, but I am so proud of the fact that I can walk into Fat Face today, slip into a pair of size 10 linen trousers and they fit. Whereas at the start of my journey, I was grumbling and mumbling my way into Evans, trying on a pair of 26 trousers and trying to squash myself into them with an elasticated waist, and thinking, oh my God, I don't want to go to the next size. I don't want to buy a size 28. So buy the 26, come home and not wear them because they didn't really fit properly. So today I'm proud of the fact that I've gone from a size 26 to a size 10. And I'm just going to hold that thought because, yeah, it feels good. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I bought yesterday. I'll show you what I got first of all. This is from White Stuff. Now, this is, probably doesn't do it justice, a top. Is that showing it, Joe?
Yep.
I bought a size 12 in this because the size 10 fit, but like I said to Linda, when it's a hot day, I want something a bit cooler and looser, so that it's not, I've got loads of like close fitting tops. So I bought this top, not sure about the price, it was around the £30–35 mark, but it's fair trade cotton, it just feels so lovely. It's got quite a bit of weight to it, which is nice because it makes them hang better. So I'll show you that. Then I bought in the same store, White Stuff. Now White Stuff's not a shop I've ever wanted to shop in because I had it in my head that it was all flowery and just too fussy for me, and I'm not a fussy, I don't like fussy clothes. But I also bought this. Joe hasn't seen these yet, have you?
No.
Just got that way. Is that showing?
Yep.
What colour's that?
It's like a...
On the ticket it says navy.
Yeah, it is navy.
It is actually navy.
Yeah.
I like the textured finish. I like the fact that it's got a nice fitted bottom. So, because on me, I'm a small size at the bottom than the boobs, and it just sits nicely. And again, it's fair trade cotton, heavy-ish. It feels nice. That again was about £35, I think, £30–35. Can't read the tickets, so I can't actually tell you truthfully. Then I bought, These are from Fat Face. What do you think? A pair of, no, it shows, they're cut-off jeans. Size 10 that fit like a dream. And I'm a bit of a one for jeans because I never used to be able to wear jeans. Now I'd live and die in them. And I'm thinking in the summer, it could be a bit over the top, a bit much. And I don't want to wear shorts all the time, so I treated myself to a pair of cut-off jeans. I'm not sure how much these were. I think, again, £30–35, something like that. Most stuff in the shops at the moment, in those sort of shops, Fat Face, Zara, wherever, have got decent discounts. So I think we were getting 15% off everything. And then finally, these are what I wanted. I wanted a pair of linen trousers. These are like ankle length, but finished with a bit of a cuff at the bottom, but not a tight cuff. Again, navy, Joe?
Yep.
That's me. I'm a navy and white girl basically at art. These again are a size 10 and they're Irish linen, and oh god, they just feel so nice. So I was a bit horrified because you can't dry clean them, but never mind. I might even have to resort to ironing at some point in my life. So they're the 4 main things I bought yesterday. I think it came to about 130 with discount for the 4 things. I also went into John Lewis and got a proper bra fitting, which was fun. Not. When I was really big, it was much easier to buy bras than now I'm small. I go into Bravissimo and they tell me if you're a size 12, you should be in a 32 bra. I am a size 12 in the tops, quite comfortably. I think this is a 10 I've got on today, but I am not a 32 bra. I'm still a 36. And I haven't got a big back. I've just got plenty at the front, I think. So after spending an hour in a cubicle trying on more bras than you could shake a stick at, I actually came out with one. And I thought, you know, in my naivety, that slimmer ladies had a doddle when it came to buying clothes. I thought if you're a size 8, 10, 12, you could just walk in anywhere, pick up anything and it will fit you. I have to say, in all honesty, it is not easy buying clothes, I don't think, whatever size you are. You know, trying on because I might say, oh, I'm a size 10 in trousers, but size 10s in trousers come in many and varied shapes. And you can be a size 10 with a nice round bottom and decent hips, or you can be a size 10, like I've got quite thin thighs and things like that. I am not finding it any easier buying clothes at a size 10, 12 than often I did at a size 16, 18 or 20, 22. I think I was naive to believe that every slim woman had it easy. But it is more fun and there is more choice. And now when I go to buy clothes, I can buy what I like. I don't have to buy it just because it's the only one that fits. So there are bonuses to actually losing weight and buying clothes. Next on there, is it Naomi?
Yep.
My consultant was made a gold consultant about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And today she has the pleasure of going to the Slimming World Oscars in Birmingham. She has to be there by 1:30 for the practice run. She gets to meet Margaret Miles Bramwell and the team, champagne reception, beautiful dinner, but it's a sort of ball gown event. And having heard the dress that Naomi's wearing tonight, and I just think she'll look stunning. And as a group, we are so, so proud of what she's achieved. Because she works hard for Slimming World and she works even harder for us. And I just want to acknowledge how far she's come. She's been a Target member for 8 years. She's been a consultant for, I think, 7 years. And she's awesome. She's absolutely awesome, because even today, when she had got to literally run from group to drive home, to get changed, to drive to Birmingham for 1:30 and be ready to do the practice rehearsal things for tonight. Even today, when time was an issue, she did not cut any corners in group. She gave it her all, because it's the most important thing to her. And yeah, I just want to publicly acknowledge how far she's come and how far she's brought the rest of us. Lovely big group this morning and an amazing consultant. And when we were talking about what have you done today to make you feel proud, and she actually asked Kelvin, her husband, he does the pay desk and he's also a member, and she said, what are you proud of? You know, we go around the group, and he said, I am proud of you. And I think there wasn't a dry eye in the house, because we're all really proud of her too. Because I know for sure I would not be standing here today, 13 stone lighter, if it wasn't for Naomi. Not because she's done this for me, but because she's motivated me and inspired me to do it for myself. And it's the first time I've done this journey and actually done it for me. I always did it for something or somebody else. And I dieted for my wedding and got nowhere. I think I was bigger on my wedding day than I was on the day I got engaged. I've dieted for my dad, I've dieted for my mum, I've dieted for boyfriends, I've dieted for my husband because I thought it was what he would want. But I never ever did it for myself before. And I think this time I've had so much joy out of the journey because I've done this for me, not for anybody else. My builder popped in the other day because we're currently having a wasp problem in our kitchen and we don't know where they're coming from. And my builder popped in to check out where they could possibly be getting in. And he walked through the door and he was like, bloody hell woman, you get smaller every time I see you. And he understands Slimming World because his wife does it. So he cooks a lot of Slimming World food. And he just said to me, it's time you put the brakes on. And I said, well, I have, because my weight has been, you know, I've been around the same 5-6 pounds for the last, I don't know, 18 months, 2 years. But it just shows you that even though your weight might stabilise a bit, your body shape might change. I mean, he hasn't seen me since Christmas, and he saw me as having lost weight since Christmas. I'm actually 4 or 5 pounds heavier than I was at Christmas. So, yeah, that was just, it's the icing on the cake, you know, when you see somebody you haven't seen for a while, and they actually acknowledge your success. And there is, you know, a lot of being able to feel proud in that. Because we should feel proud of ourselves, because it's not, I don't find it hard work. I just find the plan a joy. But I do find that the longer I do it, the more I realise I am changing. My choices are changing. I don't have perfect days every day. I'm no different to anybody else. I fall at the same things other people fall at. But I get up again and I keep going. And Naomi's taught me that. What does she say in group? Dust yourself down, start all over again. Even if you have to do that at lunchtime because you've had a bad morning. Don't throw it away, don't throw the day away. Every day is a unique day. Just keep going. So, next, Al?
Yeah.
I had a really nice comment, I think it was last week, on my video from a young man called Alan. And he's got the loveliest Irish accent. I'm a bit of a one for accents, but he's got the loveliest Irish accent. And I haven't asked him, but I'm sure he won't mind me telling you about him. Alan, or Al, is videoing, vlogging his Slimming World journey and his life. He has other things in his life that he has to deal with. I'm not going to go into too many details because I'd like you to go give him a watch. His channel is called Al Geeky Slimming. That's A-L and then Geeky, G-E-E-K-Y, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he often shows you things like geek boxes and different things he's interested in. But I started watching him very recently for his Slimming World journey, and the fact that he overcomes other things and talks honestly about being on plan, about struggling with plan, about the food he eats. And I actually watched several of his videos this week and found them really inspiring. So I wanted to tell you about his channel in the hope that you'll go and give him a look and give him a bit of Slimming World love. Al Geeky Slimming, you'll find him, and please go and have a look. And if you like what you see, subscribe, give him a like, follow him, because I've found him really inspiring this week. Yep. And I don't promote a lot of channels because I don't watch that many channels, if I'm honest, but if I come across something that is Slimming World and somebody who's working the plan and actually reaping the rewards, I want to give them some of that kind of encouragement and applaud their journey, because this young man is doing really well. Okay, So, group and results. As I've told you at group this morning, we were talking about what have we done today to make us feel proud. And I think even on a day when you're down, and even on a day like last Saturday and Saturday before, where I had to come and stand in front of you and confess to, eating my body weight in chocolate a couple of weeks ago, and last week still struggling with getting back on plan and allowing old habits to creep in and things like that. Even on those days, I think if I'd actually sat down and analysed it, I could have found something to be proud about, because even though I've been falling into the food and making a choice to do that, nobody forced me, got no excuses, don't like excuses, I'm taking ownership of everything I did, it still wasn't even 20% of what I used to do. Now, I could eat for England, I have a big appetite, and if I choose to eat the wrong things, believe me, I can eat a lot of the wrong things, can't I, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
I'm no, what's the word? I can't think of the right expression, but there's nothing moderate about me when my head's not in gear. I could just eat and eat and eat, and nothing would stop me. I said last week, even the British Army couldn't stop me. But what I am proud of is the fact that even when I let it slide, I don't slide right back to being the Jane I used to be. Because I've lost this attitude of I've started, so why should I finish? I've started, keep beating yourself up with food, Jane. I know now that even if I have something that's not on plan, I'm not going to fall 100% all the way back down to where I used to be. And I know that's because of Slimming World, and I know that's because I've changed the kind of food I eat. My meals are on plan because I've said 100 times on here I only eat the food I love. And there's no desires in me to go get a takeaway, go to the chippy or whatever, because I know what that kind of meal is going to do to me. And I kind of weigh it up in my head by thinking, do I want battered sausage and chips, or a pie and chips and a chippy? Or do I not? Do I want indigestion, or do I not? Do I want to go to bed tonight and feel like a beached whale, or do I not? Now, the old me wouldn't have thought of the do I nots. It would have just been, I want, I'm going to have. So there's stuff at the back of my mind that puts the brakes on, and that stuff is Slimming World. Because even today, when I'm inclined to overeat, I don't fall back on the vast amount of junk that I used to embrace. The stuff I choose to go off plan with is not necessarily good, because it'll be cake or it'll be chocolates or whatever. It'll be a slice of cake, it won't be a whole Swiss Gatto from Cadbury's. I tried that, 2 spoonsful, and I threw it in the bin because it was just not working for my body. So I'm better at reading my body. I don't eat because I'm bored the way I used to do. So a lot of those old behaviours have changed. The basic stuff is still there, but I'm not battling it. I'm much more comfortable and I'm much more able to say no. And all of these little things are because I've done 4 years at Slimming World, are because I keep going back every week. Yeah, so even though sometimes, like the last couple of Saturdays, I've come away with gains and thinking, it's not ideal, I haven't come away feeling a failure. I've come away feeling, well, you haven't thrown it all away, you haven't gained stones, just keep going. And while I've had a decent week this week, I haven't had a 100% on plan week. I've had a probably 70% on plan week, which is a massive improvement on what I was doing. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the fact that this plan gives me boundaries and I don't push those boundaries too far. So I went into group this morning. I paid my £5 because I had my grace week last week. I was £3.5 over the top of my target. Stepped on the scales and lost £2.5. So I must have been doing something right this week. And I have had a good week. I've had a busy week. I've had an enjoyable week.
Well, you're nearly at 30 minutes.
Okay. We've had some good walks. Joe was off his crutches yesterday, which I'm proud of him for that. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. I'm going to say thanks if you have time to comment. I will comment back to you. And also, I'm going to say we will be back
Oh,
next
right.
Saturday. Bye!